Good evening and welcome to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Jefferson Robbins, filling in for Grant Olson. We've got a lot of news today, but first we need to take a quick look outside our usual weather window. This is the view from the Local-Tel Sky-Fi cross cam looking down on the Wenatchee Valley. It looks sunny and beautiful outside. The continuing weather picture is a little bit different though. We're going to be seeing some declining temperatures into this week. I can tell you that when I got home last night from a little trip and took advantage of the time change, there was plenty of sunlight, but not as much warmth as I would have liked to be working in my garden. Eric Granstrom is going to be with you in a few minutes for some advanced news coverage. But now, a few of the stories we're following for you tonight. 2 suspects in the graffiti defacement at Methow Park are under arrest, suspected of defacing park property and other locations. A man shot and killed by law enforcement in Riverside has been identified as an OMAC resident and a convicted felon. And hundreds of local primary ballots are in danger of being thrown out because voters failed to list a party preference. But first tonight, a Quincy resident who was the first patient to test positive for COVID-19 in eastern Washington has died. The patient died on Saturday. Reportedly, this person was in their 80s and was being treated at Central Washington Hospital in Wenatchee. Grant County health authorities are trying to alert people who might have had contact with the patient. They say people who visited events at the Quincy Senior Center between February 13th and 28th and attended a Quincy High School musical production on February 21st might have been exposed to the virus. Contact the Grant County Health District's coronavirus hotline at 766-7960, extension 39. 3 Grant County residents so far have been tested for the coronavirus and were found to not be infected. In the Wenatchee Valley, 2 residents have now been tested for the virus. One, a Wenatchee Valley College student who was isolated at Cascade Medical Center in Leavenworth, tested negative on Friday and was discharged from the hospital. 2 parents whose children attend Wenatchee schools are undergoing testing, and the family has self-quarantined at home. The flu-like virus has had an effect on local events and institutions as well. The Wenatchee Valley Senior Activity Center says it's closed down in light of the outbreak until March 24th. The Grant County PUD announced today it's closing its public learning centers like this one at Wanapum Dam and will hold its future commission meetings by phone or video conference. In Wenatchee, the Nick's Bricks Lego event, originally set for this past Saturday at Pybus Public Market, was postponed with 1 day's notice. Public health agencies have warned against large public gatherings to help slow the spread of COVID-19. Symptoms of the illness include fever, cough, and shortness of breath, but the virus has a long incubation period and may produce no symptoms at all. The elderly, the immune-compromised, and those with existing heart or respiratory problems are most at risk. Statewide, Washington now reports 162 cases. So far, 21 patients have died in the state. Well, the Wenatchee police have arrested 2 people in the graffiti defacement of Methow Park. 22-year-old Justino Omar Brito and 18-year-old Taylor Henderson are both Wenatchee residents taken into custody on Saturday. Police say they were caught on video tagging the park bathrooms with gang graffiti and also tagged property near Lincoln Park and Lewis Street. Paint cans and other evidence from a parked vehicle left behind at one of the scenes allegedly tied the case to Brito. Other suspects are still being investigated. Police say if you have any information about any graffiti tagging incident, call Rivercom at 663-9911. Well, the Wenatchee School Board will vote tomorrow on whether to accept a new contract with its team of bus drivers. The school district's 30 unionized drivers have already approved the new 3-year contract, which offers a 6.5% pay increase, among other benefits. Those drivers held public rallies in Wenatchee in late January to ask for public support for a new contract, saying they've been in negotiations for 9 months over wages and working conditions for the task of carrying children safely to and from their classrooms. Well, the executive director of the Washington Apple Education Foundation has been named, appropriately enough, as the 2020 Apple Citizen of the Year. Jennifer Witherby, who has led the foundation for 19 years, was surprised with the honor last week by the Apple Blossom royalty at a Literacy Council event where she is a board member. Witherby is involved in many causes throughout the Wenatchee Valley. The selection of the Apple Citizen of the Year has been an annual part of the Apple Blossom Festival since 1981. Coming up next, your plastic bags at the supermarket will soon become more pricey, if not a thing of the past altogether. And in Okanogan County, police named the man killed last week in a Riverside shootout. I'm Jefferson Robbins. You're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Stay with us.
It's estimated that 1/3 of Americans do not have a financial plan. At D.A. Davidson, their advisors are working to change that because they understand the importance of planning for the future. At D.A. Davidson, they believe in partnering together to build a strategy tailored to your needs. They spend the time and have the knowledge to help keep your financial future on track. Let D.A. Davidson Financial Advisors of Wenatchee put the strength of advice to work for you.
Winter is a great time to trade in your current hot tub. Turn your old hot tub into money with Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa's trade-in program. And with Blue Lagoon's home show pricing, you can save $500 to $1,000 off of any new artesian spa or take advantage of a free Bluetooth music experience. Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa recommends draining your hot tub every 3 months. Ask us about our drain and refill special for only $99. Stop on by Blue Lagoon Pool and Spa today.
You want to help others. You need a solid career. You can have both with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, stop by our campus at 595 Grant Road across from Safeway or visit chartercollege.edu.
And welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. About 460 ballots from Chelan County have been rejected so far in presidential primary voting, out of almost 16,000 submitted. The reason is failure to select a presidential party on the outside of the ballot envelope. It's the same story in Douglas County, where 245 out of 7,600 ballots are on hold. Across the state, thanks to the requirement to declare a party, about 58,000 out of 1.4 million votes won't count unless they're corrected. You can check your ballot status online with the Washington Secretary of State and contact your local auditor to make a change if necessary. Time's running out to do so. The votes get counted starting tomorrow night. Well, a man who was shot and killed during a shootout with law enforcement officers last Tuesday in downtown Riverside has been identified as 39-year-old Ryan Eugene Bass of Okanogan County. Sergeant Nathan Hahn of the Wenatchee Police Department said Okanogan County deputies and an OMAC police detective confronted Bass, who was wanted on a felony warrant, and Bass pulled out a handgun and began firing. 2 deputies and the detective returned fire. After the shooting, Bass died at Mid-Valley Hospital in OMAC. The deputies and detective are on administrative leave during the investigation, and Hahn is the spokesperson for the North Central Washington Special Investigative Unit, which is investigating the incident. Bass was sentenced to 3 years in prison in 2014 on burglary charges. At the time of his death, he was wanted to stand trial for alleged burglary, domestic violence, and cyberstalking charges. Well, the ban on single-use plastic bags at retail outlets and restaurants is close to becoming law in Washington after the measure was approved by the House on Saturday. It previously was approved in the Senate, but differences in the bills will need to be resolved by the 2 chambers before it goes to the governor for his signature. Under the bill, stores will be required to charge 8 cents for each paper bag. 12th District Representatives Keith Gaynor and Mike Steele both voted in favor of the ban, which passed by a 67-29 vote. Previously, Senator Brad Hawkins voted against it in the Senate. It would take effect next January. Now you're watching the NCWLIFE Evening News. Coming up next, Commissioner Bob Boogert talks about the proposed Mission Ridge expansion, and Eric Granstrom has your complete local weather forecast. That and much more still to come on the NCWLIFE Evening News. Please stay with us.
AC Checker has new owners who put customer service first. When you have to get there on time, call fast, friendly, reliable AC Checker, 663-TAXI. AC Checker has the industry's only on-time or it's free guarantee. Conditions apply. Call AC Checker, 663-TAXI to schedule your cab or schedule online at acchecker.com. Call American Classic Taxi, 663-TAXI. That's 663-8294.
I'm Tom from Alpine Air Heating and Cooling. At Alpine Air, we think of ourselves as customer service-oriented retailers. When you make an appointment, please visit our store, meet our people, see our shop. We are serious about heating and air conditioning. Carrier and Alpine Air are offering huge factory rebates and financing options for all your needs. Turn to the experts at Carrier and Alpine Air. Call for your free replacement estimate. Heat and air, call Alpine Air, 662-6846.
Good evening and welcome back to the NCWLIFE Evening News. I'm Eric Granstrom. Mission Ridge Ski Resort's future expansion plans, if approved, would require substantial improvements to roads and other infrastructure. Ski Hill owners have laid out a massive 20-year plan that would transform Mission Ridge into a major world-class resort, including townhomes, condominiums, single-family homes, and commercial retail development. The project is currently undergoing public review as part of an environmental impact study. Chelan County Commissioner Bob Boogert says when fully developed, Mission Ridge would become its own community.
Part of the application process and the development agreement that is being considered is they did a very extensive transportation impact analysis, Steve, that is quite comprehensive. It is indeed on our website. The entire package is on our website that we encourage people to look at. But it really does look at what would be the pinch points for traffic and how to address them. And it's all the way from, from Mission and Crawford, right in Wenatchee, all the way up to the Mission Ridge expanded area itself.
It's going to turn Wenatchee to another park city.
Well, yeah, it's interesting. It's if you think about it, I listed all those numbers, but you add it up, and it's over 1,000 living units up there. And if you do kind of the numbers, it's basically the size of Leavenworth that we will be considering.
It's a whole community.
Yeah, it's a whole community, and so there's a lot of considerations related to ingress and egress, fire hazard, water supply, wastewater, everything like that, and the geologic hazard, and so it all needs to be carefully considered.
You can see more of that interview with Steve Hare and Bob Boogert on our website at ncwlife.com in focus. Well, talk about focusing on not a cloud in the sky here for north central Washington today. What a gorgeous start to a new week, and we're going to see a lot of this here over the next several days as we look down upon the Wenatchee Valley from our cross camera here this afternoon and evening. That was a picture earlier today. As far as the almanac is concerned, we're right about normal for this time of year. According to the National Weather Service, 51 our high today for Wenatchee. The overnight low, 27 degrees. I was awakened this morning by the wind machines up by my house by the airport that were certainly working to save some of those buds out there. 51 is our normal high for this time of year. 33 the normal low. We're going to see that as we progress into the week. The record high temperature for today was set in 2015 of 71 degrees. The record low just a year ago. Remember that March we had a year ago? Doesn't look like that today, does it? 16 the record low temperature on this date just a year ago. No precipitation yesterday. We're at 1.22 inches of rainfall for the year so far, and for the season, snow to date 11.2 inches. Looks like we could be done. We'll see about that. Sunrise this morning was at 7:24. Sunset tonight nearly at 7 o'clock. I know. I want my hour back too. Let's see what's happening as far as the temperatures for tomorrow across the region. We're going to see another fairly pleasant day. Maybe some clouds up in the Okanagan Valley, but for the most part, 50s. 56 in Moses Lake, 55 Ephrata, 56 for Quincy, Ellensburg at 54. Same story for Wenatchee. You go up the valley, Cashmere at 53, Leavenworth 52. Lake Wenatchee a little chillier at 45 degrees. 48 in Antioch, 52 in Chelan, and with that cloud cover up in Omak, might not warm up as much with a high of 48 tomorrow. As we look at the surface loop, here's what's going on. We're basically sandwiched between a couple of high pressure systems. You see this one that's moving down to Idaho. Tomorrow we're going to see mostly sunny skies again. We do have this cool air mass that's coming down from Canada that's going to keep things, well, it's March. It's supposed to be cold. As we move into Tuesday night, a few clouds coming in with a little bit of an influence that comes across. That might drop some rain showers off to the east of us, but we should be pretty much dry here for north central Washington. Wednesday night, partly cloudy, and then into Thursday, as we move things ahead, we're going to be back to sunny and mild conditions. As we move past Thursday and into Friday, however, we're starting to see this low pressure system that's moving in slowly off the coast. Here it comes. It's got a lot of band of moisture. At least that's what they're predicting right now anyway. So that's going to give us cloudy skies and showers on Friday into Friday night. Maybe some mountain snow above 2,500 feet on Friday night and into Saturday. Saturday, the showers will linger as this low-pressure system just kind of sits and spins off the coast of Washington. As we get into Sunday, however, that's going to move to the south and leave us with dry conditions and sunny weather. Let's check that forecast now here on the NCWLIFE channel, and of course it's brought to you by Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling. Overnight tonight, going to get a little chilly, maybe down into the upper 20s, so you're going to hear those wind machines kicking in again as orchardists in our area protect the crop. Tomorrow we're going to see some sunshine, a few clouds, not too much. 54 for the high tomorrow. It'll be 35 tomorrow night because we're going to have that cloud cover come in overnight and give us kind of that barrier, kind of a thermal blanket, if you will. Warm again on Wednesday with 56, 33 for the overnight low on Wednesday. As we look at the rest of the week, maybe those clouds moving in with a chance of showers developing by Thursday night and into Friday. A pretty good chance of rain on Friday. Again, we're going to see some mountain snow, but not a lot, above 2,500 feet. High temperature Friday expected around 50. The overnight low, that could be a little dicey. 29, they say right now, but I don't know. I'm looking at the weather models, and if it's showery and obviously temperatures like that, that means snow for us, but we'll wait and see about that. Cloudy skies, some rain continuing on Saturday. Still cooler with a high only about 41, and then Sunday we're going to dry up and be sunny and mild with a high of 43. That's a look at your forecast here on the NCWLIFE Channel Evening News. Stay right there. I have a ton of sports for you coming up right after this.
Coming home should never be a chore. Let Merry Maids of Wenatchee customize all your cleaning needs. Weekly, bi-weekly, special occasion. Do you have a vacation home that needs cleaning? We clean them too. Locally owned and operated, let Merry Maids do the cleaning while you focus on your family and friends. Merry Maids has special offers to fit your budget. Request your free cleaning estimate today. 509-663-1710.
And now it's a sports update on the NCWLIFE channel.
And a happy Monday to you. Close but no cigar for the Cashmere girls basketball team as they fell to Linden Christian in Saturday's State 1A championship game. The chase for the gold ball came to an end on Saturday night in the Sundome in Yakima for the Cashmere Lady Bulldogs as they were edged by Linden Christian 58-55 the final. Cashmere had an 8-point lead after the third quarter as Haley Van Lith scored 17 of her 27 points in the third, but the shots that fell in the third would not fall in the fourth quarter. Coach Brent Darnell says he couldn't be more proud of his entire team.
I told our girls, I don't feel like we lost that game. I just feel like we ran out of time. That was such a fun game to be a part of and coach in. It was just like two heavyweight fighters just standing there toe-to-toe, just throwing a punch, taking it, throwing a punch, throwing a punch. And it was full of big plays. Having played in this game for 3 times, usually the team that wins makes the last 2 or 3 big plays, and they made the last 2 or 3 big plays. They hit a couple big shots, you know. Can't second guess our girls' effort for 1 second. Every single one of them played their tails off. So proud of them. Obviously disappointed we didn't win that, but you know, going 23-1 and having a remarkable season and just getting here to play in this game and experiencing that, something I'll never forget, something they'll never forget, and just extremely thankful I got to coach this team. What a great group of girls to coach. Allie Ball, Grace Herdman, Grace Hammond, Haley Van Lith, 4 girls. They're the reasons why coaches coach. You know, they're the reasons why coaches come back the next year, because you get to coach kids like that. So truly blessed to be able to coach them.
There were a lot of tears of emotion and anger in the locker room for Cashmere after such a close defeat at the hands of a team they lost to 2 years ago. That's 3 times in the state tournament for the seniors who joined us on the NCWLIFE channel in the hallway, all 3 together, Haley Van Lith, Grace Hammond, and Grace Erdman.
We had a lot of things going against us that game, but we just worked our butts off, and we never lost hope the entire game up till the last second. I mean, we thought we were going to make the half-court shot to tie it up, and then, we never lost hope, and I'd do that game over and over again with these girls any day.
Yeah, this is a tough one, but I couldn't have asked for better teammates and a great 4 years. Like Haley said, we worked our butt off out there, and there's nothing more that we could have done. So if this is the outcome, then I just know that I have my teammates behind me, and we'll move on from this, and we'll be stronger girls because of it.
Yeah, I mean, it's it's tough, especially since for us it's our third state championship loss again. But I think just having each other this whole season, it has been just amazing. Not just tonight, but we've done some great things that nobody's gonna forget, and it's just been awesome. And Haley's provided some great opportunities for our team that we just thank her for. And thanks to all of our fans and community that came out to support. And I mean, everyone dreams of being in that state championship. So just to experience it and to have fun with my teammates and my best friends, it was fun.
So Kashmir falls short by a score of 58-55. Linden Christian, the state 1A champions. Coach Darnell had a very important message to deliver to his ladies in the locker room after the ball game.
Life's about how many punches you can take, get up, and keep moving forward. You know, if this is the worst punch you take in your whole life, you're going to be okay. It's going to get tougher, and you got to handle those punches and get up. You know, being a champion isn't always winning a championship, and I think people associate that. You know, being a champion is conducting yourself like a champion, being classy, handling loss with class, and winning with a lot of pride. So that was my message to them. And that was what that group was. They were that group.
58-55 the final as Linden Christian edges Kashmir, and a brilliant career for Haley Van Lith comes to an end with 27 points, just shy of scoring 3,000 for her career. At the Sundome in Yakima, I'm Eric Granstrom on the NCWLIFE channel. So here's a rundown of the championship games from Saturday. The champion in 4A, Central Valley, 3A, Garfield, 2A, Linden, 1A, Linden Christian, Liberty Spangle, the 2B champ, and Inchelium, the 1B champion. The Kashmir boys basketball team came home with the 4th place trophy after a win Saturday morning over Riverview. The Kashmir Bulldogs take 4th, and one of only 3 teams that will win on the final day here at the Sundome. Levi Hyan joining us now. Well, Coach, congratulations.
Thank you very much. It was a huge win for our boys. Really excited. Like you said, we wanted to end with a win, and not very many teams get a chance to do that. So we had a heartbreaker on Thursday. Pretty disappointing. Tough night of sleep. The boys bounced back, and we said, let's go get 4th place. But it wasn't easy. Close game yesterday, really close game today, but just goes to show how much growth we've made in the last year as far as playing defense. We won a game scoring 43 points today, and so that says everything it needs to say as far as how dedicated these guys were to getting better this year on the defensive end, and couldn't be more proud of them and happy for them to be able to have that moment. These seniors to be able to stand there at half court and see the place at 8 a.m. packed, full of Kashmir people. And so that's pretty special. Normally these 8 a.m. games are empty. And so just to see that support and the kids that have that moment and those, you know, they grind away. I think we had 66 practices this year. I don't know, what, 26 games. And you play all of that for these little moments, you know, because it's hours and hours and hours for these small moments and memories, though, that'll last a lifetime. So that's what you're looking for, just those small moments, and these guys got a big one today, so real happy for them.
All season, it's been a different guy to step up in different opportunities. Sam Phillips was that guy here for you today. Gets 3 buckets in a row to end the 3rd and start the 4th, and that was a huge spurt for you guys.
It was, and he's been that guy. And yesterday he scored 12 points, only took 5 shots. He just does what he needs to do to win. And it was really nice to see him step up. We needed some baskets. We couldn't score. And so we kind of moved him to a different spot offensively, put him at the high post and let him do his thing, and got a bucket right away. And you know, other guys stepped up too. Reed Smith hit 3 huge threes in that second half. And obviously Carter Alberts was big again. I'm hoping he gets all tourney or something. You know, he deserves it. Brooks Elliott was huge, 5 more offensive rebounds. You see at the end of the game, they had to start fouling us, and we missed the front end all 3 times. But Brooks Elliott was there to get the rebound and give us another opportunity to keep the ball out of their hands. Finally got us a double bonus. We knocked a couple down to finish that thing off. But, you know, those are the types of plays that win you basketball games.
Yeah, going in, I mean, the first 2 games, I mean, we kind of knew the dome atmosphere, so we knew we wouldn't make every shot, but that didn't keep us from shooting threes. We still shoot confidently, and we were a little cold early, but came out in the end. So
good inside-out shots, just getting the shots that we know how to get, and we knew that we'd hit some eventually. It's just a matter of time, getting the right shots.
Just keep doing what we're doing. We need to help on their big guys and just a little more help defense, but other than that, I think we just had to make some shots.
Coach just always says, go play how we know how to play, so we just go out there and do our thing.
What's it feel like to be holding that trophy right now?
Feels pretty good. I mean, do you think,
Pretty
Sam?
good. It's all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good to go out on a win,
Yeah.
especially 2 wins. Yeah.
Well, the future looks bright, but your emotions as your seniors are walking off the court this last time. I mean, you guys, you talked about how much work goes in, and this family that you've created can't get. I mean, you can't not be emotional about that.
Oh yeah, and I'm glad we won, or I'd be sitting here bawling. You know, and it gets hard. Last year we lost out. I'm over here. I'm a mess. It's just hard because it's so much emotion throughout the year. I said it's a grind. It's a lot of practice hours, a lot of game hours, a lot of travel, a lot of film, and you get emotionally attached to these kids. And we'll have our awards thing already tomorrow. I have to talk about these seniors. It gets tough because you start to realize, look out, they're going to be gone. And so just so excited for them and really wanted them to soak in that moment out there and just enjoy it. And I said Brooks Elliott I started with this program in 2013 as a JV coach, and I took over the head job in 2014, and Brooks has always been there. He was our manager. He was packing all of the gear and wearing his little AAU uniform, and Brooks has always been there, so I don't know what I'm going to do without him. I've told him since the beginning of the season, I don't know if I can carry on without him here, so we'll do our very best. But love these boys, and like I said, you can't ask for anything better for them this season to go out with a win.
Well, congratulations to you, the team, the town of Cashmere, and thanks for letting us be a little fly on the wall for this whole thing.
Thank you so much for covering it. We really appreciate it. Thank you.
Levi Hine joining us here as Cashmere takes fourth at the Sun Dome in Yakima.
So here's a rundown of the champions on the boys' side for the weekend. Mount Si in 4A, Garfield in 3A, North Kitsap in 2A, Kings in 1A, Brewster, congratulations to the Bears. They're the 2B champs, in Odessa in 1B. Women's college basketball backing up to Friday on the Les Schwab scoreboard. Central Washington fell to Alaska Anchorage in the semifinals of the GNAC basketball tournament in Seattle, 79-77. Alaska Anchorage went on to win that championship on Saturday. Weber State down to Eastern Washington to 83-77. West Coast Conference tournament's underway with the semifinals today in Las Vegas. Portland's Haley Andrews made a layup with 3 seconds to go, and the Pilots upset 11th-ranked Gonzaga 70-69. Portland will play the winner of Pepperdine and San Diego for the title. On the Les Schwab men's college basketball scoreboard over the weekend, Eastern Washington beat Weber State to claim the regular season Big Sky title. In Pac-12 play, Arizona State topped Washington State. Washington beat Arizona. On the schedule for today, number 2 Gonzaga plays San Francisco in the semis of the West Coast Conference tournament. That's happening in Vegas, followed by St. Mary's and number 15 BYU. Wenatchee Wild season came to an end Friday night at the Town Toyota Center. 8-3 the loss to the Vernon Vipers. They left little doubt they would be wrapping up that best-of-7 series in Game 5 Friday. They scored the first 3 goals of the game in the first period. Scoring goals for Wenatchee in the losing cause, Nick Caffarelli, Matt Dorsey, and Brett Chorsky. Vernon won the series 4-1, now face Penticton in the next round. That's a look at sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Yeah, a lot of it. Robinson, back to you.
Thank you, Eric, for your outstanding sports coverage in Yakima and all throughout the season. You can see all of his coverage, by the way, on our website. Let's check in for a minute now with Dan Kuntz for a look at what's coming up tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Dan?
Thank you very much, Jefferson. It's good to see you in the anchor chair. Join me tomorrow on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. My guest will be Joel Norman of the Wenatchee Apple Sox. Joel will be making his final appearance on this program. He's leaving the Apple Sox and continuing his baseball broadcasting career. So a farewell tribute to Joel Norman on tomorrow's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, plus news, sports, weather, and everything you're used to. Start your day off tomorrow, live and local. Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, 7 a.m. right here on the NCWLIFE channel. Jefferson, back to you.
That's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or on our website, ncwlife.com. And do remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. Send us an email, news@ncwlife.com, or give us a call, 888-6295. That's 888-NCWL. I'm Jefferson Robbins. I'll see you again here tomorrow night.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
I'm Jay Carone, and you're watching the NCWLIFE channel.